Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of the CMB Sports Podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Connor Dalwies.
And I'm Braden Vaughn, and it's been about a week and a half since we last recorded an episode. So to say we're excited, it's understatement. We're really happy to get back into it. Got a few things to cover today. We're really excited about it. So yeah, figure we'll get right into it.
So first, before we start, we once again want to thank y'all for all y'all support and everything y'all have done for us up to this point. It's been really amazing, and we can't thank y'all enough. So we got a lot of things to cover today. One thing, and Braden's going to tell you kind of one of the things to cover, but I'm really looking forward to it. Should be fun because there's a lot of stuff going around now with the NBA starting up, college football, getting to more of the playoffs. Some MLB, the World Series is starting, and then it's still a lot of other crazy events have happened too.
Yeah, before we start, I want to say I'm sorry for the lack of posts over the last week, but we plan on getting some more activity with the TikTok and the shorts coming up, so just be on the lookout for that. So yeah, we'll go normal schedule today. Start with a recap. We got a few topics to cover, including quick talk about LSU, NBA starting up, World Series is about to start up as well, and then recap the same as normal. So it's a lot of exciting things going on right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Things ending, things beginning, just a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm really excited to get into it. So first, you were ready to get into it?
Yeah.
All right. So recap isn't as long today, but it's possibly the biggest news we've covered in the recap. We'll get to it. So we had the NBA season start on. We're recording this on Thursday. It started on Tuesday night. So since then, we've had Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups. They were both arrested.
They're just the two of possibly many.
The
That's
first
hilarious,
domino to
honestly.
fall in an NBA
Uh-huh.
illegal gambling investigation with ties to the mafia.
Yeah, so Chauncey, I think, had more ties, more
Yeah,
or less, to the mafia. I don't know if there's that details, but something about when they played a poker game. He had like these shades on, and then like I don't
there's a
know,
lot to come
a lot
out.
to it. Terry Rozier, on the other hand, he from what I've gathered, he how do I say this? From what I've read up on, basically, he was with this group. I don't know the exact group. If this is for the ones who don't know, a lot of y'all probably do know, but Terry Rozier basically was with this group, and he'd be like, "Hey, look, I'm not gonna. I'll leave after 9 minutes into the game. Uh, bet the under my stats and stuff." And then he would I guess fake an injury. I don't know what he would come up with, and then he would leave the game and he would go home. And this is evidence they've uncovered. He literally left the game. I think it was in 2023. Left the game, went home, and him and these group members literally just start counting out their cash, their winnings, over him faking an injury and leaving the game and stuff. So they totally rigged it and totally it's a big scandal coming out now.
Oh yeah, and there's so much more information to come out on that. Sham's going to
Just
be
beginning.
reporting on it. We're at the very tip of the iceberg here. I feel like
The mafia family is just like like just a chef's kiss
there's
to it.
so much to
The
come out here.
Sopranos all over again.
So
If you
many
ever watch
players
that,
are going to be. So many players, members of the league, are going to be probably
sweating bullets right
sweating.
now.
Yeah. See a lot to come out about that. I mean, we can't really go much deeper now, but you can. I mean, if there's anything big that comes out, obviously we'll talk about it. But that's just a big article of news to come out in the first day of the NBA season starting, which is crazy.
Right after we had this huge performance from Wimby. Uh,
Wimby looked insane, by the way.
that's not even being talked about right now
He
because of the
was
gambling in it.
insane.
It is getting talked about, but you know what I mean.
hmm
Not in the
It's
attention
just
it
crazy.
deserves,
Like we were 3 days into the league, and
but a
just the
lot.
stuff that's already happening, man. We've already had two
I guess the Thunder won. Yeah, they
double
did win one.
overtime games. That just
Rematch of the
NBC
finals.
on NBA on NBC. That was a great start for that. Just a lot to look forward to this year. I'm really excited. I've been waiting for this to start up.
Yeah, we literally just finished watching the rematch of the finals, Thunder and Oklahoma. Excuse me, Thunder and the Pacers, and it went to double overtime.
Thunder are 2-0 on the season with 2 games going to double
Still looking
overtime.
good. Still
First
looking
team in
good.
NBA history.
Yep. All right.
All right, so I guess we'll go through the rest of the recap because we're going to talk about the NBA some more
Yeah.
after our LSU. So we're going to finish up the recap. We had now this one hits home for me. Very, very happy to report this, but we had George Springer hit a 3-run go-ahead shot in the 7th inning to send the Blue Jays to their first World Series, and at least 30, at least
So
30 years.
it was a battle of. I know it's gonna break your heart, but I think you understand. It was a battle of who can go loose to the Dodgers. But hey, they've done
I'm
something
a
my
holdout
Yankees did.
hope.
Yeah,
I'm all out
they
hope.
they're in the finals and my Yankees ain't. So I mean, that's all I gotta
You
say.
look at
Congrats to
the
your Blue Jays. They possibly adding Bo Bichette back. That's pretty
have
big.
to,
Uh, it should be very hard to beat the Dodgers because
and
I
we're
mean
gonna talk more about the World Series later. But yeah, I'm holding out hope. But
it's baseball.
World Series appearances, well, they want a pennant, so you got to take what you can get in the league.
It's baseball. You
You
never
never
know.
know. Anything can happen. But yeah, we had Springer. That was in Game 7 of the ALCS, and then the Dodgers swept the Brewers. So nothing. If you're surprised, I guess.
I don't really
Shouldn't
know.
be, but Dodgers Blue Jays World Series. That'll be the third thing we talk about today. Anyways, I think we're ready to get right into it.
We are.
You want to talk about LSU for a little bit? I'm gonna give you the
So the
floor on this
last
again.
shoot, so the last time I talked to him it was before the Vanderbilt game. Correct, right?
Yeah,
Terrible weekend. I was actually optimistic. You were right about your prediction. I mean, the reverse psychology did
I
not work.
tried.
We tried. We tried everything. Yeah, I mean, not to be here all night, but look, it's not a good place right now for LSU. You know, they're 5-2. People say, "Oh, they're 5-2." I know majority of the fans ain't saying this, but people are still saying they're 5-2. But if you look at our wins, it's against teams that I don't know if any of the teams we've beat or have a above 500 record. I'd be lying if I told you, but it's not very good. We
Not
beat
good wins.
Florida, who just fired their coach. South Carolina, who is not good this year. And that's our wins right
Clemson, who
there.
might
But
be thinking about firing
Excuse me,
Dabo.
Clemson. They ain't gonna fire him, but they're not good. That win was terrible. But this is better than a loss. But it's still again. And then on top of that, the left tackle, Tyree Adams, possibly out for the year. Today, Brian Kelly announced he has tightrope surgery. So good news though. So Braden knows more than anyone, and I'm not trying. The offensive line as a whole is not terrible, but there's two individuals on that offensive line that make it very hard. One,
Not in a good way.
not in a good way. One, I just don't think he has it. It's nothing against him. I just don't think he's good. He's been 3 years now. He ain't gotten any better. He's maybe getting worse. I watched DJ Chester. Okay, that's the name. DJ Chester and Weston Davis. DJ Chester's the one he's been for 3 years. He ain't gotten any better. I watched the Vanderbilt offensive lineman, or defensive lineman, walk over to him and just push him down, and he just fell flat back. Supposedly, the rumor was his heel got caught in the ground or something. Outrageous.
He got pushed
Weston
over.
Davis is a redshirt uh, freshman. Uh, he was a 5 star, so I'm still maybe, he's still. I think he got thrown out there too early, way too early. Obviously, I mean we're looking at it. I think he got thrown out there way too early, and he just wasn't ready. So who knows? Maybe next year or what happens. But right now, it ain't it. But good news. Brian Kelly did announce today that highly talented freshman Carius Turn will be starting at left tackle instead of DJ Chester, which
Wow.
we'll take what we can get at this point.
Got to try
Coming
something.
in, I mean, yeah, coming in town. Once again, defense looked not too good against Vanderbilt. Had trouble stopping. Blade Baker up to this point has been really good, but one of his things has been a thorn in his side is stopping a running quarterback. He hasn't truly shown that he can do it. I know people say, "Oh, well, he stopped Lenore Sellers and DJ Ladway." Yeah, well, number one, Lenore Sellers has the worst offensive line ever. So we think our offensive line's bad. Try South Carolina's. That's one. DJ Ladway, really, it was necessarily the fact that he just threw to LSU the whole night. It wasn't necessary. I mean, he hurt himself, honestly, but I'm not taking nothing away. But up to this point, I mean, Trinidad Chambliss, Diego Pavia, and now you got rolling into town Marcel Reed, who is probably he may be the best quarterback you've faced up to this point, and that's scary because he can run, he can beat you with his arm. They're a legit team. I'm going to be at that game this weekend. I hope to have some updates with y'all, live footage while I'm there. I don't know if I want to go. Uh, I do, but it's just like
You want LSU
I
tickets?
just
Let
I
us
just
know.
can't take a loss at stadium, but it may happen. Uh, Brian Kelly, that's probably what everyone else is wondering. What's the move? My personal prediction is we don't fire him. It's too much. It's 53 point. I think it's 53,300,000. I could be wrong. It's 53 million and something. His buyout would be at the end of the year. Do we pay it? It's bad. Do we pay it? I don't think. I think next year's his make or break year. I think he does a clean slate on the offense side of the ball. And that's for sure O line. I mean, offense coordinator and probably O line. Frank Wilson, Cortez Hankton probably stay. That's the running backs and wide receivers coach. For sure, Frank. But I would more or less say that for sure Joe Sloan and Brad Davis, I say, would go on. So my prediction is he stays. He gets replaced him, and we see. My thing is, okay, this is that's to be year 5 for Kelly. It's going to be a complete rebuild. You lose almost everybody on the D line, and you're losing a lot on offense. So is it really going to get better? Probably not. And what kills me with Brian Kelly is, I still try to, I don't want to hound on him, but I am. You are not prepared at all. And then on top of it, it's not that he's losing. He has to be so corny and kind of unlikable. I mean, this dude literally says, "Judge me by year 3." Year 3 was horrible. I mean, year 3, what were we, 9-4? And then he says, statements like that. And then good thing he beat Clemson this year because he even said Death Valley Jr. I could go on and on. He says the things that just make you go, why? Why? He even said something about Florida State. We're going to beat the heck out of them. We did not, newsflash. I mean, just things like that.
He's unlikable.
Yeah.
They
And then
just
that's the main thing. And I don't think he likes LSU fans, and I know many of LSU fans don't like him.
not
And
a good
it
situation.
sucks. Like I think you made a good point the other day. You said it best. I think LSU fans, what really makes them mad is knowing that Florida, on the other hand, has an opening, and they have a great chance of getting someone LSU fans would die to have because he fits LSU to a T, and that's Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin would do amazing at LSU. He would do amazing at Florida. But I don't think I'm hoping and praying Lane does not leave, stays at Ole Miss. Brian Kelly, I don't see next year getting much better. So I'm pretty positive we'll be looking for a coach. I could be wrong, but I'm positive by next year we'll be looking for a coach, and maybe Lane can come. But here's the thing that I don't know. Say Brian Kelly goes. I mean, right now he has Texas A&M, Alabama, Arkansas, Western Kentucky, and Oklahoma. Say he loses 3 out of them 5. He'll be 7-5 at the end of the year. That's not. He may get fired. If he loses to Arkansas and goes 6-6, he's for sure fired. I would say that's just my prediction. You can't go 6-6, especially after he stood up in front of LSU fans and said, "I need NIL. We can't compete unless y'all start donating NIL." And LSU fans did. Boosters, fans, they donated, and he went and bought a good roster. And this is what you got to show for it. So I'm not really seeing. It's not looking too good. Uh, I just don't see it getting much better. I hope we beat A&M next week. I will never root for us not to. I would never root for LSU to lose just because I want a particular coach fired. But
I will.
you would, but I would never, especially that Texas A&M.
I have certain reasons I want LSU to
I
really
just
win
I
this
just
week.
can't. A&M's
We
just probably my least
a
favorite.
loss to the Aggies. I'm done.
So I'm just curious to see if they change anything. Joe Sloan has been absolutely horrific at play calling. He is possibly the worst offensive coordinator I've ever. It's
That's
bad.
bad. That's bad.
It's horrible. We'll see where we can go from here. I'll have possibly, like I said, I'll try to have some updates for y'all while I'm at the game, some videos and stuff. But when's baseball season is all I gotta say. Jay Johnson, please save us. Moving on, kind of from that, Tony Vitello leaving
Yep.
Tennessee to take the
Giants.
Giants head coaching job. You want to know one of the reasons I've heard he possibly left? Well, him and the athletic director, I don't think seen eye to eye. Supposedly, they were not given as many funds to baseball to donate to the women's basketball team, and he did not sit well. Now that's a rumor and hearsay, but I'm pretty positive that is factual.
Interesting.
I just nothing against women's basketball. I think Tennessee has a good program, but I mean, you don't take away from the baseball and what he's been. If that's the reason you lost Tony Vitello, it's because of reasons like that. Their athletic director, so, I mean, that dude needs to be punched right in the face. I mean, that's the. And then he promote everyone wanted. They have a bright young assistant on the bench. They don't even promote him to interim. But this is the weirdest thing ever. They promoted the pitching coach, who's an older man, who said he had no interest in becoming a head coach again. They make him interim. And then the recruiting coordinator and the assistant I talked to you about, Josh Elander,
Mm-hmm.
they don't make him the interim, but they say he's going to be factored into the head coaching search. Why not make him interim then? If you're
Yeah.
going to consider him, see what he got, It don't make any sense. It kind of is a clown show going on over there. They're just someone good. My prediction, I'll die on this hill. I may be wrong though. I think Tony Vitello stays 2 to 3 years, 2 to 4. Let's say 2 to 4 in the MLB, and Arkansas is going to come open. Dave Van Horn retire, and Tony goes back to Arkansas. It's still crazy. First ever. This is the first time in history this is happening.
Yeah.
So congrats to Tony. A lot of people didn't like him. I liked him though. I thought he made the sport funner, and it was always very interesting when LSU and Tennessee played each other. Jay, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were the two elite coaches of college baseball. I mean, Jay was one, Tony was two.
Definitely softens the schedule up a little bit more for LSU. That's or
Yeah, still
not the
the
schedule,
SEC, but
but you
Jay
feel
and
better
Tony.
going to Tennessee, not playing
Jay's bid
Tony
is
Vitello.
Jay was having to compete the most against Tony. Now with him going, it's made
Helps
a lot
out.
in
It
recruiting.
definitely doesn't
In
hurt
recruiting
us.
for sure. Recruiting
Yeah,
is
that too.
definitely helping us.
That too. Yeah, I think back to what you said about the coaching situation, LSU. I think that's going to be the biggest topic around the team this year. You want my personal opinion? I don't think we. I would love for us to get Lane Kiffin. I just don't. I don't think we are.
I think he's.
I have a really bad feeling he's
Part of me
going to
says he
Florida.
goes to Florida, and then part of me is like, I don't think he is. I think he's comfortable in Oxford. But then I'm like,
I just hope he
Florida's
don't.
Florida. I think okay, this is what it comes down to. One, is Lane just comfortable where he's at? And, he's never going to get fired on this. He will never. He can keep doing what he's doing, and someone said the other day, they will build a statue of him. He can go pull his pants down and pee down Manning Boulevard, and they still would build a statue for him. That's where is he just comfortable in his career, and he just does not want any pressure. Or two, does he want to win a national championship? If he wants to win a national championship, he then will probably leave for Florida. I do think he would take the LSU
I
job.
just get the bad feeling we're going to be stuck with Kelly and watching all these other
Probably
coaches
so.
go around the carousel, and all these teams end up with fun, splashy hires.
And then we're stuck with Brian
Stuck with
Kelly.
Kelly, and it's just like you said earlier. He makes it so hard. Even in I know it's hard to
Here's the part that
support him.
people did it really interesting. What if Blake Baker leaves? You're not only doing an offensive staff haul on the offensive side, you're having to do it on the defense too, and that's just to be a mess. I think he's done. I think he's checked out. I don't think he likes the day and age of college sports. I don't think he likes LSU. I don't think he likes it down here. I could see him retiring or taking another job. Personally,
Penn
if I'm
State,
him, take a Penn State. Maybe if a
get
Wisconsin
him out.
opens up, take that job. Go back closer to home, and you go out with some dignity to your career. Because he's a better coach, I think, than what's happening right now. I think it's just he can at LSU's not a fit, and in this day and age too.
Yeah, you said earlier. I'm willing to take some losses if it means it gets him out faster, especially if it leads to Kiffin. If it leads to Kiffin,
I
I'll
guess you gotta
lose.
look at the bigger picture.
I'll lose the rest of the
because I don't think
season.
we're not going to make the playoffs.
No,
We're not. Gonna, we're not. Even if we beat A&M, I don't see us beating.
we'd have to
Bama.
win out, and we're not doing that.
Watch he do that.
I would put
Watch he do
so
that.
much. I would put every bit
We're
of
saying this
money
right now.
I've ever
if
earned.
he does that, we will have a picture frame of Brian Kelly on one of these walls.
Yeah,
we'll do it. We're a man of our
and
words.
I know we're not going to have to do it.
So there you go. That's why we're saying it. So there you go.
It's just a terrible situation.
And it kills me. This is a awesome deep. My brother just sent me this. It made me sick. I wish he didn't send it to me. It said, listen to this. It says DBU is back. The covers grades for Mansour Delane, our cornerback one, is 90.6, and the covers grade for AJ Halsey, the safety, is 87.9. That's one of the best duo grades and just best duo LSU has had, and that's saying something. And what do we have to show for it? Nothing, because of a terrible offense, and it's just move on. Please
It's just
move
a
on before I
very
say something.
toxic
I'm
relationship.
going to say something. My mom's going to get mad at me. Sorry,
No, we don't want that.
We don't want that. Shelly be on me.
Yeah. It's just I think the best way to say it right now is it's like a toxic relationship, incredibly toxic,
I'm
and
telling you,
it can't end good.
he hates us, and LSU fans don't like him.
I think the best case scenario is we take us home another Cheez It Bowl championship, and then we just send
We'll
Kelly
be
out.
lucky if we get that.
We'll send Kelly out the door, take in Lane Kiffin. That'd be the best case scenario. Will it happen? No. I don't think so. I wish it would. But I find it hard to be
That's
positive
just
right
too
now.
good to be true. We
It,
ain't
it would
that
be too
lucky.
easy if that happened.
We ain't that lucky.
So yeah, like I said, toxic relationship right now with LSU. And I mean, like we said every week, it's not a just LSU show. It's such a
There's so
bad
much to talk about them.
relationship,
It's so much to talk about them.
and it's tough. It really is because you know what this team is capable of, and just to see this. So yeah, toxic relationship with LSU. We're gonna move on to next topic now. NBA. I've been so excited to start talking about NBA. It just started up a couple of days ago. We've already had every team's played at least a game, I believe, right now. And this has been like I've been so excited to start talking about the NBA. I've been taking notes on some of the games I've been watching. Just super excited. So yeah, we got a couple things we're going to cover with the NBA today. So like I said, we're covering this on Thursday. The season started on Tuesday, but I think
But
there's
no, no. By the way, we made this list and predictions
yeah, that's
way
what I was going
before
to
the
say.
season even
I think
started.
we're sticking with what we had
Yeah, I'm
before.
sticking with my
And
guy. I
like
just want to.
it's one game anyways,
It
so
is,
we
yeah.
can't really. So I think first thing we'll go into is we'll say that
So what we're gonna do right now is we'll predict our three best
we'll go
three three
MVP. We'll
top
go
teams.
awards first.
Wars first, okay.
So first thing I want to predict is MVP. Who do you think will win MVP?
So before I actually did not even think about this, but I just watched Shea Gillis-Alexander score 53, which is insane. He could
55
very well, yeah, 50, excuse me, 55, just short.
still.
That's insane. He could very well repeat. But you know what? I'm going to go out of the box. Victor Wimby. It's not really outside the box. Wimby. I'm going to go Wimby this year. If he can stay healthy. I think he
That's a
can.
yeah.
And if he does, he'll win MVP,
If
I
you have a
think.
chance, go watch him against the Mavericks. It
It's
was
insane. The B person 7'4",
he made
7'5".
Anthony
I don't
Davis
know.
look like a G leaguer
He did.
and Derek Lively, which is a solid
The
big
Mavericks are going to
duo.
be a solid team this year, I
I
think.
mean, like there was a sequence where he almost snatch blocks. I want to say Derek
You see the
Lively,
one where he drove
and then
baseline and did the
yeah, he does
reversal
the
dunk? Yeah,
reverse,
that's insane. He
and
barely
then
jumped.
he snatch blocks Derek Lively, goes down, hits a step back between the legs,
Hmm.
three pointer, and gets fouled and makes the three. Really, the only way that you can stop him is you can't stop him. Like you just if the only thing that's going to stop this dude is an injury. I hate to say it, but that's it's if he gets hurt, if he stays healthy, this dude is going to be unstoppable. He's putting it together this season, and the league is to say the league's in trouble is
Oh, yeah.
a very big understatement. But no, that's a good pick. I think. See, this has been my pick. I love Shea. No,
It's
I
just
don't
hard
love
not to
Shea.
pick against him.
I'm this is I've been seeing a lot of Shea's a really good pick, but I think
You don't want to. It's almost a boring pick
I
now.
think I'm going to go with Nikola Jokic, another boring pick. I really just think that this is one of the deepest teams he's had in these last few years. Has big Val behind him now this year. I love Valanciunas. He played for the
You
Pelicans.
see, I'm not as high. One thing I gotta watch for the Nuggets for, like you'll see later. I guess I'll explain it later. Wow, I'm not. I gotta see something first before I can be high on them.
Yeah, and I think with this being the deepest team, I think they've really got a chance this year to make some noise. Maybe take out the Thunder finally. Just the West is so loaded this year.
It's insane.
And I think it's really down to Shea and Wimby, not Shea and Wimby, Shea and Jokic. I think that'll be the two, with Wimby obviously making a very plausible threat to that title this year.
Yeah,
West is going to be so much fun to watch this year. I can't wait. I'm going to take Jokic.
Victor Wembanyama.
All right, so we're going to move on to our next award. I think we're going to have the same thought here. It's going to be DPOY. The reigning DPOY is Evan Mobley. I don't think he
Hmm.
wins it again. I'm gonna
I
let
don't think
you.
so either. I think it's between. I'm gonna go two people to win Defensive Player of the Year. I'm gonna go either Lou Dort or Dyson Daniels. I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
go.
swear we're not gonna have the same answer.
We're not gonna have the same
No,
answer.
I love Dyson. I love Dyson.
I'm gonna go
I
Dyson
love
Daniels.
both of those.
I'm doing Dyson
That
Daniels.
would make my heart happy if
I'm gonna
Dyson,
go Dyson Daniels.
because he was in the running last year.
He was. I think he gets it this year.
I'm gonna go with the boring pick for DPOY. I'm gonna go with Wimby. I mean, just seven
You see,
foot
I
five,
almost
seven
went
foot
him.
four.
I almost went him, but I was like, I just went back and forth. I said, you know what? I think for some reason I have a gut that's gonna be like one, maybe like a guard, more or less like a guard forward. So
I
I'm gonna
think
win
it's gonna be
Dyson.
a similar talk to the MVP if he stays healthy. That's a
Yeah,
big if,
yeah.
but I just I mean, he's 7'5". The way he made the Mavericks look, I just
He's insane. But
it would he would almost have to try not to win it.
yeah,
But I would love it for Dyson. But my prediction, I'll go Wimby. He'll go Dyson.
really Dawson.
That would make my heart happy if Dyson won. That
Yeah,
really would. I
he can.
I wish we could have had that on Pelicans, man. I mean, it's like these people leave the Pelicans and they're just
It's
you
just
know Pelicans are
yeah.
cursed. We'll talk a little bit about that, I guess. But anyways, I'll take Wimby. He'll take Dyson.
Yep.
And then this should be interesting, especially after these first few games. So we got Rookie of the Year. Who you think for that?
So rookie of the year, I went back and forth. This was a very good draft
Oh
class.
my
I
goodness.
mean, you have Cooper Flag. I could go on and on. I mean, whatever. He's not going to win, but Jeremiah Fears looked very good the
Oh
other
my
night.
goodness. Go watch
He's
his
at,
highlights against the
the biggest
Grizzlies.
thing for that though is I was really impressed is the weight and just the muscle he's added. He
He
was
made
by
some
no means a
tough
stream. Yeah,
layups.
by no means was
Tough.
he a stream bean or anything. But I mean, he was on the smaller side, but he had it muscle and you could visibly see it. Uh, but for rookie of the year, this one's tough. A lot of people may say Cooper Flag, but I think with Cooper Flag is he's on a good team. I don't know if he can put up the numbers quite like that, but as I say, who I'm going to pick, it's going to be kind of crazy because they're going to be like, well, this dude's just on a just as good team. VJ Edgecombe.
Really.
That's my rookie of the year. I think he's on a good team. Uh, it worries me that he's almost on too good of a team. Uh, but I really like the way he plays, and this was right now. Right now, it's hard for me to say. We don't know really much about any of them.
Oh yeah, it's preseason predictions.
For
Pretty
preseason
much
prediction,
preseason
and we don't
predictions.
know anything about them. We don't know are they starting, are they not starting? How many of us are playing off the bench? What's their role look like in the system? But just right off the bat, give me VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, I think that's a really good pick. I mean, you could really make a
I kind
good
of like
pick.
an idiot because I said the reason I didn't pick Cooper Flag is because he's on too good of a team. Then I picked
I
who's
think
on the
any of
76ers.
these
But
top guys in this draft,
Edgecombe.
it's so many good picks here. I think really this is wide open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the boring option again. I'm gonna go Cooper Flag. I know he had a rough start against the
Cooper
Spurs.
has a Cooper will probably end up he may honestly end up winning, but I'm gonna go VJ. But Cooper is he's gonna be good.
He
I'm
had a
gonna
rough
say
shoot
that.
night against the Spurs, and I mean, it's
I
his
would I
first
would have
game.
did too much into that honestly.
It's his first game. I think the 3-and-D aspect of his game, I think it's going to be more of a process where he picks it up as the season goes on. And I think it'll be a really close race this year. A lot to watch for. I think it's just such an exciting rookie class. You had
It
VJ
is.
Edgecombe start off really good,
I
most
mean,
points by a rookie in
you
their
got
debut.
VJ Edgecombe, Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, Trey Johnson, Colin Kneppel, Walter Clayton, Liam McNeely. Uh, I can go on it.
So many.
Cedric Cowherd. I don't know how I think it's Cowherd,
Oh,
Cowherd or
he
whatever.
he
He
looked
did very
good.
good for
He looked good.
the Grizzlies. Uh, and then like I said, we mentioned Fears. Uh, and then you got Dylan Harper on the Spurs.
Yeah. I as we were sitting here talking about it, I was back and forth
Back and
between
forth.
Dylan Harper and
Yeah,
Cooper because you had Stephon Castle win it last year.
he
So I
did.
was thinking maybe
Maybe
Spurs go back to
Spurs
back.
back to back.
That'd be
That'd be
back to
great.
back to back, wouldn't
Spurs
it?
are about to be. Oh my! Think about how good the Spurs are about to be.
They're so exciting.
They're kind of reminding me about like the Thunder in a way.
It just the West is
They're
so
building up.
so loaded. So many fun players to watch, especially in this rookie class. This is like
Oh, this one
you
of the best
compare to
classes.
last year where we had no offense to these guys, but you had Alex Sarr and Zachary Risachet, where it just wasn't the same like pop we're getting from these guys so
No,
far. You
no,
know what
this
I mean?
brings a lot more excitement.
Like
These are
these
names
are
you
some
remember.
guys,
You
some
know their
dogs,
names when you're saying.
some dogs, and
Yeah,
I can't wait to watch them. I'm gonna try and watch as many of them I can this year. So rookie of the year pick, I'll take Cooper.
I said VJ Edgecombe.
And like I said, you could
It
really
go
go
either
anywhere
way.
with
Yeah.
this.
Let us know who y'all think.
Yeah, drop your picks below. Any
Yeah.
one of these discussions we're having, we'd love to hear from y'all as well.
Yeah. So I think probably moving on next, we want to do a thing where I picked three teams who I thought was preseason. Keep this in mind. We pick three teams from the each division. I'm gonna pick three who I think will be the top three teams from the West, and he'll pick the East. Uh, with that going, I'll go first. I'll let you have it last
Yes, we're gonna do his top three teams from
for
the
the West.
East, West. My bad,
West.
West, and I'll go top three teams from the East.
Yes. We're not gonna do each, but it's just one in the West. I'll go first. The West, I want to. This was tough because, like you said, is the most loaded, by far the most loaded. This is really in no particular order. I guess I can for the sake of it. Once again, how do you not put the Thunder in your top three? Return basically the whole core. I think they did. They even added some pieces. Uh, they look very good. Shea's still Shea. Jalen Williams ain't even playing right now. Uh,
The All NBA one.
yeah, the one who's happy go little. He ain't even been playing. Uh, I really like. I think you can just go along. They're defending champs. And you return everyone. You got to go back in the top three. I don't think I really have to explain much of that one.
No.
The second one,
You should have Thunder in your top
you
three
should.
if you do
If
this
you
kind of
don't,
thing.
that's pretty ballsy. Two, the Houston Rockets. I really like what I seen from them the other night. To go along with what they got, Sengun is an absolute animal. Yeah, Kevin Durant. And one of the things I find most importantly is he signed, the extension, and that showed me a lot. He actually wants to be there. I'm not saying he didn't want to be in Houston and Brooklyn these past couple years, but like he still dominated. But you know what I mean. It was just kind of like he's there.
So you don't worry as much about the lack of a point guard. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Not necessarily. I
Van
mean,
Vliet hurts though, not having
it
him.
does.
But they
Obviously,
looked good the
what
other
kills
night.
me in crunch time, you gotta have a point guard. Do I think they're gonna necessarily go win it? I don't know because that part still has to be figured out. But I just think there's so much talent, so much talent on the forwards and wings and bids, kind of make up almost for the lack
Biggest
of point
starting
guard.
lineup in NBA
Now,
history,
credit,
by
I'm
the way.
not saying they're gonna be able to win without a point. No, they're gonna have to figure that out. But between Sengun, Durant,
Amen.
Almond Thompson, and then Torrey Eason,
I just want to quick.
if the big X factor too, as you said this too the other day, Reed Shepard. If Reed Shepard can blossom into that number 3 pick, keep in mind they drafted number 3 for a reason. If he can blossom into that and be their point guard, look out. If he don't have to be elite,
that's off to a bad start, by the way. Him and
know.
Tari Easton looked rough, so they're gonna have to get that going. But it's a lot of seasons.
He looked very good in the preseason.
A lot of season, yeah.
And then credit wasn't just
81 games to go.
Yes. So they have time to figure it out, but they do have to. But I still think they're going to be a top three, team in the West. Third one, I went back and forth between three teams, between the Timberwolves, Nuggets, Clippers. Between them three, you almost want to go to the Clippers because of how just insanely loaded they are.
Very deep
It's
team.
just a very deep team. I like their coaching staff with Ty Lue and Jeff Van Gundy, but once again, injury concerns. Kawhi, when's the last time he's won a majority of the full season? In a while.
Been a minute.
Paul George. No, excuse me. Paul George is on the erase that. Paul George is on the other. Bradley Beal is on it.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal. In a while. James Harden. James Harden usually plays. But if they can keep them healthy for the majority, they probably will be a top. I just don't see how they're not a top three team. They're just insanely that good. But I didn't go them. I went with the Minnesota Timberwolves. The reason why is because one, Anthony Edwards.
Yep.
I don't think I have to say much more. And then they just play very well together. The foundation and the system and the culture they built in Minnesota is it's pretty elite right now. I really like Chris Finch and that coaching staff. But Anthony Edwards, them guys have played together now. It's not been a lot of roster turnover. You got Ant, you got his name's Nas Reed, Jaden McDaniels. You got all these guys. And, you got Mike Conley. I said Julius Randle. Did I say Julius Randle?
I believe so.
It's Julius Randle. The one who does kind of worry me is Mike Conley. He's average, but can he be? He's kind of getting older in age. Can he be still keep up that? Keep up a good play, a respectable play enough? I think he can. And just Anthony Edwards. How insanely good is he?
It's a young dude with a lot of drive.
Now that I'm saying it, how did I not think to pick him as MVP? This could be the year that he does it. I was going back and forth between Shea and Wemby, not even thinking about Ant-Man. I love Anthony Edwards too.
You changing a pick or?
No, I can't. I almost want to just because I'm still haven't seen Wemby play.
Yeah.
But if he does, how do you not pick Wemby? I don't know.
He's
It's
unstoppable,
the same.
man.
I mean, yeah,
He's unstoppable.
I'll give it to you this. I think it'll be Wimby or Anthony Edwards. But I really like the Jokic pick. But I'm gonna go with
There's so many
Wimby.
guys.
There's so
Like
many guys, and we could
it's
be here all day.
it could go
But
so many ways.
I'm high on Anthony Edwards and just that team. Like I said, I do worry somewhat about Mike Conley. You know, if he can maintain the level of play, I think he can. Uh, but this was insanely. I can't even begin to say how hard it was to pick the three best teams in the West.
Oh yeah.
And it was. I like. I had my first two pretty much picked, and I would erase it. Pick up another one. No, I don't like that. No, I erase it. So
Mm,
it was crazy. But that's the
you could
three I'm
really
gonna
go
go with.
so many ways.
You could.
It's so
I
hard
could
to
have made a
pick.
bunch of lists. The Thunder's going to be in every list, but I could take out the Rockets and Timberwolves and put the Clippers and Lakers. I mean, Clippers and Nuggets. You can put the Lakers in there. You can put the Mavericks possibly in there.
Hmm.
So you can go back and forth. But that's pretty much what I got right now. The reason why I want to touch on this.
Yeah,
The
go ahead.
reason why I didn't necessarily add the Nuggets is I have some durability concerns with Aaron Gordon and Cam Johnson. Without them two, the Nuggets defense takes a hit. That's a
Hmm.
big defensive hit on the Nuggets. And we've both, they both shown to have some concerns. So like their ceiling's always going to be high with Jokic. We know that. They got a new coach coming in. It was kind of a weird hire. He was an interim. You fire Michael Malone, and then you
Yeah,
put this dude in the interim, and then I don't know. It was kind of just a weird deal. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. He did get out coached a little bit in the playoffs, in my opinion. But that's my
they felt they
whatever
needed to make a move, and they did.
they did. I just didn't. I don't know if that was the guy, but maybe they're comfortable with him. But I just don't see how you fire Michael Malone and then go hire basically his right hand man. And he's not as good. I don't think it's Michael Malone. But like I said, I have durability concerns about Cam Johnson and Aaron Gordon. I just I think they'll be healthy, but if they're not playing, their defense takes a hit, and we know Jokic is not just some amazing defender. It's already they do struggle some with the defense. So with them two, I'm like, I got to see, but they're to be plenty good. I'm not saying the sky's falling. For them, I hope they stay healthy, but you got to stay realistic. That pretty much does it for my top three from the West. Going into the top three at the East, was it easier than the West? You would say probably
I'll say the top two is just certified. There's a one and a
that third
two.
team really goes
It's
up though.
third team where you could really go either way, but the one and two are a lot more.
Well,
They're a lot more
we
distinguished
know
from the
one thing.
rest.
There's a certain person. He tests us a lot about our show. Uh, we can guarantee we know one team is not going to be three.
No,
We can
uh,
guarantee one team's not going to be four.
yeah, they're
We can
not going to
guarantee
be.
this team's not going to be five.
In my full rankings, I have them at 8.
That's being generous. They're within the 9 to 12 range.
Kind of owned by VJ Edgecombe.
That they did get owned by
Gave
VJ
up the most
Edgecombe.
points to a rookie in their debut.
Those were rough. Boston Celtics. Could be wrong, but we got it. You got them at 8. I got them. I had them between 9 and 12. I went back and forth between 10 to 9.
I think with them still having guys like Jalen Brown,
They'll still
Derek
probably
White,
finish
I think they might get
6 or
Tatum back
7.
later in the season, like
They
earlier than people
could,
think.
yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to put the
They
Celtics
still could
completely
finish
out of
within
it.
the 6 to 7,
Yeah,
range.
yeah.
Had to do it. Sorry, but
Oh
they're not a top team.
no,
No way. He has to agree with that.
no.
But I'll let you get to your
I'll get to
picks.
my top 3 teams in the East now. And so, how the East is set up this year, or at least looking from the out, like looking from the start, is there's a clear gap between 1 and 2 and the rest. There's clearly a gap there. I think the 2 teams up here is 2 teams that have got to come out and make a run this year because if you don't, then like when are you going to? You're missing Halliburton. You're missing Tatum on the Celtics. I mean, this has got to be the year for these 2 teams. See, the thing is, though, you have these 2 teams at the top, they're easily interchangeable. And
Mm-hmm.
I've got my reasonings for why I have one at number 1 and the other at number 2. And then, like I said, that number 3 spot is so it's like the West. It's so wide open this year. But I think I really have been going back and forth on it. I've been so indecisive on that last spot because I really think there's a couple. I have 2 main teams that really would be putting right there, but I think I've narrowed it down. So I'll start with the list of at number one for the East for my prediction. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I'm gonna see if you did the same as me in my head. All right, so you got Cavs one.
Going to go Cleveland Cavaliers. I think you return the reigning DPOY. You have D Mitch. They lost. I want to say maybe
Mitts. They
Garland
lost to the Mitts. They did. Oh, you're talking about like
player wise. I
player
think
wise.
they lost
Yeah, I
Garland
think Garland. I didn't look it
or
up. I
Sexton
think it was
maybe.
Garland.
I'm like my mind's going. I don't have my notes on me with this right now, but I want to say Garland went to the Hornets maybe, or did he
He's
stay?
still in the.
Someone they lost someone, and I sound like a complete casual right now, but regardless, I think that you have this team that
Sexton was on the. He did. He is now for the Hornets.
I think you have a team that dominated
But
the
he left the Cavs and went to the Jazz. Now he's on the
yeah.
Hornets.
I think you have a team that they dominated in the regular season
Their
last
main
year.
core is back.
Yeah, you brought back D Mitch, you brought back Jared
Most
Allen.
importantly, they brought back an elite coach.
Yeah,
I mean, he was about to leave, but I love Kenny Atkinson.
yeah,
Very good
awesome
coach.
coach,
Awesome coach.
awesome coach, and then obviously the very disappointing end of their playoff run to the Pacers Cinderella run last year. But I think with them bringing most of their team back, I think there's just too many pieces in a weaker conference this year
Mm-hmm.
for them not to
I
not to
did
go
not
back as
know.
the number
I did
one.
not know until the other day they added Lonzo Ball to their
Oh
roster.
yeah, yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah. I just there's so many pieces they have. I love D Mitch. He could be a sneaky. He could be a real dark horse MVP candidate.
He's another one add to the list.
Yeah, there's so many but he's a real dark horse. Could make a case for that towards the end of the year. But I think you have him. You have the pair of Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. I'm curious to see how they're going to run that double big lineup. I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited. I think Evan Mobley is going to have a really great year. I think him and Shingun are like two guys that are going to go from
Oh, they're beasts.
already having stepped up to
They're gonna
taking
take the
that
next
next
step.
level, breaking
They're
out to that
absolutely
next
going to.
level. And I'm really excited about Evan
Well, that
Mobley.
just goes to show you how key if when players who are talented when they get put into a culture, a franchise that knows how to develop
Mhm.
and teach consistency. There's been tons of talent walked into the New Orleans Pelicans, and we have not seen the development.
Yeah.
Maybe this can change, but you take Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Sengun,
Hmm.
Thompson. We're seeing a lot of development from these guys, but I totally agree.
And you've got to
Didn't mean
draft
to
better.
interrupt you there. Yeah, you got to.
So yeah, I'll go Cavs number one. I think they're going to be. I think they'll dominate the regular season, which you'll see in a second. Where I have the team behind them, I think will do better overall in the season. So with that, I'm going to go to number two, where I have the New York Knicks. Like I said, Cavs, Knicks. I think this is the easiest one, two. You can interchange them. I've got Cavs, Knicks, but these are your two top teams in the East, and these are two teams you have to do something this year.
Yeah,
Cavs
this is
had a
their year.
complete dud in the playoffs last year, disappointing exit to the Pacers, and then the Knicks got to the conference finals and then lose to that Pacers team. Pacers obviously a magical run there. A lot, Halliburton went on like the run of his life. I love Hallie. It sucked so much seeing him go out on that game seven, that play where I can't remember what he did, but something in his leg, tore something I believe,
Is it Achilles?
maybe, and just watch. I mean, I remember being so excited for that game seven, and just you see that first quarter he was hot already. Started off like 3 for 3, I want to say. I mean, I went back in my notes before I watched the season opener the other night, and I was taking notes for that game just watching it, trying to analyze it, and literally I was taking notes up to that point, and the last thing that was mentioned was the Halliburton injury, and I just stopped. It just
Yeah.
completely, and obviously the Thunder were such a good team last year, and they're going to be a good team for years to come. But it was just, man, just it took all of the energy out that game seeing Halliburton go down, and
Four series off that
it
to end
sucks
like
for him
that.
to now
For such a
lose
an amazing series off that
to
to
lose
end.
Game Seven like that, and then also lose your season pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It just it sucks for Pacers fans. And then they let Miles Turner go to the Bucks. I want to say a division rival, so that sucks
That
even more.
sucks.
I just I mean you go from the top of the mountain. Just it's crazy how fast things can change.
Peaks and valleys, especially low market teams like
Hmm.
that.
Hmm. you got to cash in when you can, and they were right there, ready to do it,
They
and
have
just
possibly.
fate wasn't on their side.
I think they have a top 3 coach in the NBA in Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, and yeah, I'll go back to my ranking here. So obviously, like I said, I have the Cavs, I have the Knicks. So I think on paper, or just if I had to pick a series between them, I'm taking the Knicks, but I think the Cavs. I like them more in the regular season. I think they have. I think they'll
Understandable.
have a better regular season than the Knicks, but I think it'll be the Knicks, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. But I think the Knicks have such a high ceiling this year, and I think it's you never want to say a make or break year, but they need to do something this year because this is going to be one of their best opportunities with, like I said, the key injuries in the East already. You bring in Mike Brown over the offseason. Your players aren't going to be dead tired. You're not going to run
Yeah, Tom
your
Thibodeau's
five,
not for Tom Thibodeau. He's
48 minutes a game.
them rotations were killing Tom Thibodeau.
I
That's
mean, you
too.
got
That's too.
Brunson,
That's too
Cat.
much bench time for them. That's too much rest.
I love Josh Hart, another former Pelican that's succeeded elsewhere.
Bridges.
Bridges, Anuobi. I mean, just a great team. I think they have the pieces to do it this year. But
Once
I think the
again,
Cavs.
return their core.
I think the
Both teams
Cavs are a
return their
better
core.
regular season team. So I'll take them at number one. Knicks at number two. And then you have number three. This went between so many, not so many teams, but there were so many. There was a couple different teams where you just look at them and I'm like, man, I could see them being number three, and then the other team being number four, or like just some various different teams. I think they're not in my number three, but one of the hardest teams to predict is the 76ers.
Yeah, because you
That's a
don't
team
know.
that's like
Well, you don't know with their health how they're gonna play together
but
and
bouncing
all that.
between top four, top five to bottom seed in the East,
I
depending
agree.
on health. So obviously that's a really tough team to pick. I'm not going to have them in my top three, obviously. And then you look at another team. I love the Raptors. I think they're a sneaky good team this year.
That's
They traded for Brandon Ingram last year,
the dude.
and
The dude they not coaching believes they're gonna be top 3.
very energetic guy.
I thought he was about to deck Emmanuel quickly up in that locker room.
And like I said, I think that's a very sneaky good team right there. Don't be surprised if the Raptors end up making some noise in the East this year. And like we mentioned already, very limited East. Not a very limited East, but you're an
It's
East
the East.
where the powers that were last year with the Celtics and the Pacers are down right now. With that being said, Raptors are not my three. So you got 76ers, Raptors. 76ers, that team could be
Well, they
15
could be
seed.
two. They could be the two
They could be a
seed for all
top
we
seed.
know.
You know what I mean? Such a wide range for them. I think the Raptors, I have them more in like a 5 to 8 range,
That's a good range for them.
and I think they're going to be a team in the playoffs where you do not want to run into them.
No,
You
they're just
don't want to
so they're
run into
very
them.
talented. They play
Good
hard,
team right there.
but like in the regular season wise, 5 to 8's a good enough range for them.
I have them in my 5 to 8 range, and like I said, I believe the Cavs and Knicks are just on another level compared to the rest of these teams. But don't be surprised if the Raptors or one of these other teams can, make some noise against one of those upper teams. And then another team, you have teams like the Bucks and the Hornets. Hornets, that's going to be a sneaky good team. Don't sleep on the Hornets, Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, and all of them. Bucks, you had all the turmoil with Giannis this offseason. I
Does he
just
want to be there?
I don't think Giannis and Miles Turner is going to be what gets you, trade Damian Lillard or wait. No, I don't. They didn't even trade him. They waived him.
Yeah, they
I'm
waived
pretty
him.
sure. I could be
Waived him.
wrong on that.
They waived him so he
It's
could go back
crazy
home to
to
Portland. You know, Chauncey
such
Billups
a
was absolutely peed off. They added a decent player.
yeah that. And then I'm going to get to my two main teams that I had. You have teams like the Nets and the Bulls and the Wizards. Those are going to be your
So
bottom three
who's your third
seeds.
team?
My third team, it came down to two. I was between the Orlando Magic and the Atlanta Hawks
Magic.
because
Magic.
I loved the Hawks offseason. I don't even want to like talk about the draft day trade.
Yeah, they
They
fleeced the Pelicans.
It's like
That
it
is the
kills me to talk
biggest
about
draft
that.
fleece I've ever seen in my entire life.
You have Dyson Daniels, a
What does Joe do?
perennial
What does Joe Dumars?
DPOY.
I thought it would be better with Joe Dumars,
I don't know.
unless he knows something. Derek Queen could make an amazing player.
I love Derek Queen.
But
but it
what if
stings.
you're in the West? Can we keep that in mind? What if, and Zion's not shown to play the whole year? What if you are terrible like you are last year, and you get a top four pick? Well, guess what? That don't go to you anymore. For Derek Queen, is it
Yeah,
really that? Is he that good?
when you watched the other night,
No,
and I told you this the other night. I said I loved watching Derek Queen. I mean, he literally got down in the paint, took a charge on one of his plays on defense,
no. He was
and
a
makes a couple
great
good
college
plays.
player. He's gonna play hard,
It just
good
stings.
body, and good frame. And he could be. I'm thinking possibly Nas Reed, one of them
It's
top players.
hard
But
to like
he's not
knowing
a.
what we
He,
gave up for him.
that's
There's not
what
a
I'm
lot
saying.
of
It's
players
not.
that you can give up a first rounder for before you even take them.
He was not worth giving up a first round pick for. You were at 21. You traded up to 12. You could have got a good. You maybe could have got him. I don't know if you could have got him, but you could have got a good player at 21. The Hawks got Asa Newell. That is a great pick at 21. We could have got him. I did not feel the need to trade up.
It's just it stings. I love Derek Queen, like I said, but it stings knowing what you gave up for him. And now you put him in a situation where he has to overexceed.
Oh, yeah, he does. He's gonna feel nothing but pressure because
Overexceed because you gave up a first
what
round
are you
pick
gonna
for him.
hear? Like, oh, say they have a bad year. You're like, oh, you gave up a first round pick who possibly we don't know who for Derek Queen. How do you think he's gonna take that?
It's a tough spot to put Derek Queen in. I think that's on the upper
That's the upper
management.
management.
It just sucks for Derek Quinn because, like I said, I love him. And our
It's
other
just
pick,
and he is
Jeremiah
just coming.
Fears.
He is just coming back from the wrist or
Yeah,
hand injury too.
I love our rookies, but like I said, it sucks knowing we gave up a first round pick for him,
The
especially
Hawks are going to be good though.
a team like the
But
Pelicans.
Magic, baby, the Orlando
Like
Magic.
when you're if we were a team that could afford to not like if we didn't have to think about how good our first round pick could end up being, then it wouldn't sting as much. But you're in a Western Conference, you could easily find yourself in the 12, 13 seed
You have
range.
not been a winning
You
franchise,
can't just be
dude.
handing out first round picks.
When have you just been an elite winning?
You have to
Have
be
we
smarter.
in the past years? Have we won or lost more?
Everyone watching this should know the answer to that. I
Exactly.
mean,
We've lost more. So why knowing the chances of that pick is going to be a top 10, why trade that for
and I just
Derek Queen?
I've
Unless they're thinking that, hey, Derek Queen, he's going to be a better player after we develop and, he is a top 10 player. I don't know.
I've tried to like I remember when the trade first happened. I've
I
tried
was
to be
positive.
so
I was trying to be.
optimistic about it, but
The
like
more
as the
you look
time's
into it,
going
you're like, oh
on,
my God.
it's it's such a difficult situation for Derek Queen. We love Derek Queen. I'm not going to ever slander Derek Queen for that because obviously it's not his fault.
He's going
Like
to,
I said,
I still think he's going to be a good NBA
I
player,
can't talk
too.
about how much I love him. I just the way he came in, immediately took a charge. I love that. Like that is awesome.
Very likable person. I said I think we can both agree he's going to be a very good player.
It's just knowing what you gave up.
Know
He
what you
has to
gave up,
perform now.
and will he be a good player on the Pelicans?
He has to perform now.
Will he be a good player on the Pelicans?
That's just
Look, Dyson Daniels. We thought he was to be a good player. We turned out to be right. Just wasn't on our team.
I'll get back to my I keep going off track here, but
Yeah, back to your pick.
Hawks, I got down to the Hawks and the Magic. Hawks had I think the best offseason, but you have an Orlando Magic team where they were one of the tougher teams to beat last year, and they get that trade where they get Desmond Bain. The Magic are looking really nice. The Magic and the Hawks. I think the Hawks had a better offseason, but I really do think you can flip a coin between the Magic and the Hawks for that third spot. And I wouldn't even be surprised if one of these other teams took it, like the Pistons. I could see the Pistons getting up there and taking that spot. But ultimately, I did decide on the Atlanta Hawks. You got Trey Young, Jalen Johnson is going to be looking to have a full year. Where last year, him and Trey Young were like one of the most unguardable duos on the screen and roll. But then you have them two. You get Dyson Daniels, the a reigning candidate for DPOY, Onyeka Okongwu, and there's so much more. But I'm really excited about really a lot of these teams in the East. It feels like it's wide open. I'm so excited about it. But ultimately, I have decided on the Hawks. I have Cavs, Knicks, Hawks, Magic,
Another reason
and it
I
kind of
like the Hawks
there
a
goes
lot
the way.
is a lot of people may say kind of scoff at it. Quinn Snyder. it makes a difference having a good coach, and he is shown to be a very good coach. And just the fact that he's been around and they kind of
Hmm.
know him. And I feel like what's important to me in the NBA is already having a good. I know when we say the word culture stuff, we think more college program, college, but NBA it's important too.
Hmm.
When you return,
You got to have the buy-in.
yeah, when you got the buy-in, players actually like playing for that coach. They like the franchise, who they're playing with. And then what's big to me is returning cores. They showed promise last year. They returned it and added pieces. Same thing with the Magic, Timberwolves. So that's important to me. And I'm big. I take into fact too who the coach is. That's big on me. I dive into more to the coaches, and I'll tell you, Quinn Snyder, I like him more than Jamal Mosley, the Magic coach. But I still think the Magic will be preseason or regular season. I still
Hmm.
think they may finish with a better record. I wouldn't be shocked if one of them is in the top. Like they're both in the top three, and either the Knicks or Cavs are brought out. It wouldn't just shock.
Hmm.
I don't think it'll
The
happen, but
East is wide open.
it would have made me just say, "Wow,
Yeah, you
what the
have the
heck?"
two teams at the top, but you could really see any of these other teams. Some of these other teams make a lot of
Absolutely.
noise. Like I said, I think some sleeper teams to watch are the Raptors and the Hornets. I think the Pistons are past the point of a sleeper team, and the transformation they went through is crazy. The 27 or 26 game losing streak to what they did last year, and now looking for even more this year. Like I said, after those two top teams, I think it's wide open. I'm going to settle with the Hawks. So I have Cavs, Knicks, Hawks. So yeah, I think that'll be. I think I'll stop myself there before I keep ranting on that. There's a lot to talk about there. I've
Good
been so
picks.
excited to talk about the NBA. I've been watching these games, trying to pick stuff up. Like I said, I have a lot I want to talk about with that. We're gonna move on to the next thing though, and this will be quicker. Have who are your two finals teams?
Hmm. You want me to explain or just
We can
give
be
it
a little bit. We can be a
faster?
little pick, just kind of
Okay.
picks.
Boring is what it is. Thunder and man, it's crazy to say this and it may sound crazy, but part of me doesn't think the Thunder, they're elite, but part of me thought I don't know if they're gonna make the finals. But
There's so many teams in the West that could do it.
so many teams in the list. But I just don't know at this given moment. I can't go against them. Give me the Thunder, and then coming out of the East, give me the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, I agree. The Thunder, with the physicality that they play with, especially on defense, with guys like Caruso, Casey Wallace, and Lou Dort, I think that kind of physicality is unmatched throughout the rest of the league. I
Hmm.
think their defense is just
They're so
they
deep
had the
too.
best net rating. I want to say the best point differential last year in NBA history. And I mean, you bring a team back that won 68 games last year, and now Chet could play a full season. And I think there's just, I mean, we've seen them play a couple games without J Dub, their All NBA player. They're when you bring this team back after what they did last year with a chance to do even more, I'm going to take them again. I think their defense, their physicality, I think that'll just wipe out the other teams. And you normally have these championship hangovers, but I think with a team that's so young like this, you have Shea, Chet, J Dub, all these young pieces. I love iHeart, by the way. That's one of my favorite
Hmm.
players on that team. I love iHeart. I love the two man between them and Chet. Like I said, really deep team. So many pieces they can bring
Their
off.
defense is what separates them too.
Yeah,
Like we're saying the stats and two. They forced an average of 18.2 opponent turnovers per game last season. That had been done since
and then
1996
turnovers
with the
will
Bulls.
just completely
Oh,
kill
that's
you.
gonna turnovers
That
gonna
kills you.
it transitions into points. I mean,
Hmm.
that's everyone knows that thing. And they've also had more. This is pretty interesting. They had more steals than turnovers.
That's right. I mean, right there.
That sums up their defense.
I love Casey Wallace. I love Alex
Hmm.
Caruso. I love Lou Dort. And those are just your three defensive guys. AJ Mitchell, he's played 2 games. He has balled out, just dropped a career
And they
high
have their
tonight.
superstar in Shea.
You have your superstar, with the one thing you have to have in this league, guy that's going to pretty much a guaranteed 31 plus a game, which is
Hmm.
insane. But it's just that's the way the league is today. The scoring
Oh
has
yeah.
evolved so much today. And as much as people may hate to watch it, Shea's ability to get to the line, He's always going to have such a high floor of how much points he's going to score in
Well,
the
I
game.
love how they're young too.
Oh my god! And like
But also another thing
that's
too
why I
with
think the
being
championship
with
hangover won't
being
be as bad.
yeah, but another thing with that being young though, they're young. Last season, you had high expectations. Now you have really high
Hmm.
expectations. So how is this young core going to be able to handle it? I think they're going to be well. Just looking at the personalities and the top, like I said, it's a good system over there. I think they do well. You have them making the finals out
Yeah,
of the West. Okay. Who's your
I'll
East?
go for the East. Like I mentioned earlier, I think the Cavs will be the dominant team in the regular season.
I do. I
But
went back and forth on the Cavs and Knicks. It could be either one.
I think when you get to the playoffs, though, especially when you get some games in a playoff series at MSG,
It's electric.
I got to go with the Knicks. I think this is the year they finally make it to the finals. So I'll take the Thunder
I
and the
hope the Knicks
Knicks.
do.
And then for those next part, we both had Knicks Thunder, I believe.
Uh,
Or you had Cavs. You
I
had
had
Cavs.
Cavs. I had
Okay,
Cavs.
so Thunder Cavs. Who you think takes that in the finals?
Boring once again. I gotta go Thunder.
It's sometimes it's okay for 2 + 2 to equal 4.
Yeah.
I'll take the Thunder as well. I just the way they play, it's unmatched. I don't think anybody's gonna be able to beat it. I think there will be a lot more competition this year, like top to bottom throughout the West. But I'm gonna take the Thunder again.
We're
I
probably gonna
think
look
they'll
like
repeat.
buffoons.
I think they'll
But
be the
how
first team to repeat since the Warriors back in the dynasty run.
did they repeat?
Yeah, I think so.
I know they won in 15, lost in 16, won
I'll
it in
say 17,
17.
18.
Did they win it in 17,
Because
18?
18 was the year that Braun was pretty much carrying a team of rec players to the finals.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's a boring pick, and sometimes it's just okay for 2 + 2 to equal 4.
Yes, they did win in 17 and 18. And then okay, I got 18 and
And
19
then they
mixed up.
almost, you got to think,
Yeah, I got 19 and 18 mixed up. 19's when they lost to the
they're
Raptors
a
in the
couple
finals.
injuries away from probably beating the
Oh,
Raptors.
they would have beat the Raptors.
And then the one they lost
Well,
before this run,
It was KD's Achilles
and Clay
and
Thompson.
Klay Thompson. They most definitely beat
And
the
the
Raptors.
one they won the loss before this was the first ever 3-1 comeback in finals history.
They were this
So they're
close to
very
4 in a row.
close to like that's just crazy. Obviously, LeBron's a very good basketball player. First 3-1 comeback, but that's crazy.
That's a team.
They're
It's
close to
weird. This is the least I've ever heard a LeBron talk team. I have not heard much. Obviously, there is, but like you're hearing a bunch about the Lakers.
one thing I'll add quick about the Lakers.
They need him back.
They looked rough last night. I mean, how many you can't rely on Luka to average 50 to keep you in close
What gets me
games.
with that is the team, the way they built the team. It just they don't fit together anymore.
DeAndre Ayton looked rough to say the least. I mean, against the Warriors,
I just don't
it's
like the fits on the team.
when you have
I don't think LeBron and Luca play good
when you
together.
have those two on a team, you're always gonna have to talk about them. But the way the team looks right now with LeBron missing time, it's not looking
I'm
good for
curious to see
them.
how they look when LeBron eventually retires. Obviously,
The
obviously they're building
future
around
of the
Luca.
Lakers.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
It's
They have
terrible.
Luca. I guess that's his place to start.
And it
But
still feels weird seeing Luca in a Lakers
yeah,
jersey. Nico Harrison obviously got the number one pick out of that.
that's because Adam
I'm not
Silver
going to
told him
say
he didn't
anything
want to be
about that.
picked.
I think we all know.
That was rigged.
Yeah, I just there's so much there is so much talk about basketball wise right now. I'm so excited about it. I want to try to get some TikToks up here pretty soon about more in depth.
I had one fun more, and this will be the last thing to move on. Who is your most least likable team in the NBA?
Least likable.
Like you despise these guys.
I don't really.
There's not just one team that really just
I
sticks
will
out to you.
say there's a team that, as a Pelicans fan, I hate to see the most. It's the Grizzlies because
Yeah,
John Morant he has to average about 40 or 50 against us, and you can
yeah.
take players that are probably like 20 or 30% 3-point shooters on their
Oh,
career,
they're gonna have a
and they
career
just
night.
light it up against the
Yeah.
Pelicans. So as I'll say, as a Pelicans fan, that's a team, and John Morant's a player I like to see the least because I just know they had a stat last night. Over the last 9 meetings between the two teams, the Pelicans won the first 4, and including the other night, the Grizzlies have won the last 5.
That's fine.
So it's just a team, a rival. It's just
Yeah.
there's stuff to talk about with the Pelicans too, but we're kind of getting late into this. We'll save that.
Yeah, we'll save that for another day.
So yeah, that's our
A rainy day.
we'll wrap that NBA conversation up there. like I said, there's so much to talk about with that. I'm so excited about it. I'm so glad it's back. I'm so glad it started off so crazy as well with a couple of double overtime games already. But yeah, we'll go quick with this one. Our third topic, we have the MLB World Series starting up. Blue Jays, Dodgers. You got anything you want to talk about first before I go?
I mean, both teams had a remarkable season. Congrats to your Blue Jays, by the way. I know you're very excited during the finals.
I'll wear this for the segment
Yes. So, congrats to them.
in
Uh,
rally cap
I
style.
think they're both. Actually, I think the Blue Jays are set up very well, very nicely to compete in this. Jim Bobichette bat pitching is better. Uh, the Dodgers though are going into the series set up
That's one of the
beautifully.
best rotations ever.
On top of them not having to, they literally won every game in that series. They didn't have to burn the pitching. Then they had them day breaks leading up.
Mm,
Going into this, it's just I think the Dodgers just to be too much. I know this sounds boring. I don't really have much to add because I don't think there is much to add other than Dodgers they're both set up nicely. Dodgers set up even more nicely, and they just are a team that I think just have too much superpower. Dodgers.
yeah, there's a lot to this World Series because you've heard the rumors of if the Dodgers win, there possibly being a future shutout, which is interesting to think about. I think there's just so much more than just these two teams. You have a Blue Jays team hasn't won a pennant in 30 plus years, a chance to just win another World
Make
Series.
history.
You're going up against the big bad Dodgers, one of the most overpowered teams in recent memory, highest payroll in MLB. There's a lot at stake here.
Think about the superstars on the team: Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei. We didn't name them biggest one.
Teoscar
Shohei
Hernandez,
Yamamoto,
Blake
Blake Snell.
Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Yoroki Sasaki. There's just so much star power on the team, and it's fitting. It's Los Angeles, but I think there's a lot at stake.
Well, they're not ready for Kurt Suzuki's Angels stuff.
Um,
But who you got,
I'll
though?
say as a Blue Jays fan, real quick, Bo Bichette has said he's ready to come back, but I've seen some discourse online about where do you fit him in this lineup. I think it's easy. I think you have to replace him with. I think you replace Isaiah Kiner Falefa, who has had a decent postseason. Though I'm not trying to knock him, but you have a dude who was going to
He
lead.
ain't Bo
He
Bichette.
was going to lead the league in hits before he went out. He was third in hits in the league and missed a good portion of the last bit of the season. So this is a guy you're going to go against a team who has the best rotation you've seen all postseason. Just complete aces. You're going to see an ace pretty much every game with this team. Like
Yeah, you're
it's
seeing Blake.
crazy.
You're literally seeing the first three games probably.
You're the
Snell.
star power,
You're literally seeing Snell, Yamamoto, and probably Shohei or
and
someone
then
else.
one of those pitchers you're going to face, Otani. He could hit 3 home runs against you. It's crazy what they're doing in
He
Los
probably
Angeles.
hit one.
I'm gonna hold out hope. Like I said, you have to get Bo Bichette in this lineup somehow. You got to, and I think the Blue Jays, their bats. I'll say this: I think they have the potential. Like you said, baseball, anything's possible. I'm going to hold out hope for my Blue Jays. For my prediction itself, I'll go with the Blue Jays, but I'll say this: if I had to put money on it, I either wouldn't or I'd put on the Dodgers. But I'll go with the Blue Jays from a Blue Jays fan perspective. But
The Dodgers are just going to be too much. It's a boring, once again, boring answer. I just don't see them not winning. How you? It's baseball. Baseball's a weird sport, and anything can happen. But that is one of the best teams I've ever seen. On top of them having Shohei Otani, it's too much.
yeah, and with that being said, Game One, you'll be seeing this on the day of Game One in Toronto at the Rogers Center. I'm excited about it. There's so much good sports going on right now. It's just absolutely insane. And then like
College basketball's starting up too.
that's also starting up
Kentucky
soon.
scrimmages tomorrow, by the way, guys.
So we could be looking at a situation where we have the World Series going on, NBA, NFL, college football, all of that going on,
Oh well.
which is insane. That's the best time of the year. The weather's finally getting cooler. One last thing for the MLB series, World Series MVP. What do you think? I think this would be quick.
Shohei Otani.
Shohei. I mean, obviously, if the Blue Jays can find a way to pull this one out, it'll go. I think it'll go to Vlad or Springer.
Vlad.
What Vlad's been doing has just been even the whole team really. What they've put
You
together this
give it to
postseason,
Vlad.
it's been awesome. Vlad is showing you he's worth that contract you
So
gave him. I mean, putting the city of Toronto on his back. It's awesome what we're seeing from the Blue Jays. But like I said, you can go and look at the way the two teams reacted when they made it to the World Series. the Dodgers are like, okay, this is business.
Oh,
Business as normal.
we're going to another World
It was
Series.
like they finished the 88th game of the year in a
Well, it
random
should be like
random
that.
Tuesday.
I mean, the Blue Jays has been a program, or excuse me, I'm still in college, a franchise that has not. I mean, they this has
They
been
were
year.
last
This has
place in
been
the AL
yes,
East last
but
year.
this has been years hard work and dedication put into this, and they finally got it.
You finally get this core to just
They
put
don't
it
necessarily
together
have
for
the
a year.
payroll the Dodgers have. They're in another country.
It's just I'm glad to see Bo and Vlad are finally
They earned it
getting a shot at it. But yeah, I mean, obviously you got to go Shohei if you're talking World Series MVP. I think Manfred is about to like be way too excited about this Dodgers team winning it when Shohei's this World Series MVP. I'm not. I'm just being a salty baseball fan. Anyways, I'll take Shohei, and then we'll go real quick with this Bucks versus Saints. We'll go through our predictions real fast. We're getting late, so we'll go real fast. Bucks versus Saints.
for sure. I almost said for sure the Bucks.
Yeah, Saints fans through and through, but nah.
Bucks.
We'll go Bucks, and then Broncos Cowboys.
Ooh, that's
That's
at
an
the
interesting
Cowboys.
game. I'm not sure where it is.
You can predict. I mean, you can predict it first.
Um, look, Cowboys. They have one of the best offenses in the league. It's that
Oh,
defense.
they're horrible. Did you see?
That
I know
defense
we
is
said go
struggling.
fast. Did you see where Jerry Jones said they're looking to add a very good defensive player? You know, it's almost like they had a
They had
generational.
one.
They had it's almost they could have
He
had a.
wasn't that bad, was he? He
I mean, they
was a
did
pretty
they
decent
could have
player.
got a generational edge. One of the best defenders in the NFL. Oh wait, they did have that, and they traded him away.
They gave him to the Packers and Micah Parsons. Jerry, like I'll stand on this hill. The Cowboys
They won't do
aren't going to
anything
do
until he
anything
retires.
until he's retired
Don't even say the other
or
word.
other measures.
Yeah. Well
But
then,
this game,
yeah,
I think the Cowboys offense. I think the way they're playing right now with getting CD Lamb back. I think it's interesting to note one of them, either him or Pickens, is going to draw Pat Surtain, one of the top
is
lockdown
in Denver.
corners. It's in Denver.
In Denver.
I think the way the Cowboys offense is playing right now, I'll take it's a solid Broncos defense, but I'll take the
The
Cowboys.
Broncos are hit or miss. You
Yeah.
don't really know what you're gonna get out of them. I'm gonna go what you said. The Cowboys. Their offense has been consistently good.
hmm
Defense has been consistently bad. But
I don't think the Broncos offense is enough to make them pay for
no,
that.
Cowboys. I'm with you on that one.
Even though they had a magical
And
comeback this past
yeah,
week
yeah,
with the
Cowboys.
33 point, I'm still going to take the Cowboys. I think
Maybe
the
they bring that
way
momentum into this game. I don't know. You know what?
I
I
think
switched my pick. I'm going Broncos.
Broncos,
I'm going
I think
Broncos.
that's a good pick. I'm gonna just take the Cowboys with how their offense is playing. But yeah, we'll move on. We have the Aaron Rodgers revenge game on Sunday Night Football. Packers and Steelers.
Packers.
Take the Packers. You know,
Their defense is too much. I would love to see Aaron win that. Defense is too much, and Jordan Love.
I'm gonna I'm gonna pull for old Aaron here. Him and Joe
I
Flacco.
absolutely will be pulling for Aaron.
Him and Joe
Packers.
Flacco had an absolute duel on Thursday night this
That
past
that
week.
made me proud. That made my younger self smile.
I mean, we had a
The
night
battle of the
where
Yunks.
Flacco and Rodgers were going head to head, and Scherzer was pitching in a playoff game.
I mean, that is literally the battle of the
That's
uncles.
that's crazy. We're like 2012 or something.
Oh yeah.
It's weird, but I'm gonna go for old A Rod here. I think he gets revenge on his former team. I'll take the Steelers. Cool, like I said, we're going quick with these today. Then we'll go to college football real quick. Ole Miss and Oklahoma.
This one, me and my brother was talking. I went back and forth. It's in Oklahoma. I think with it, but the big key with this is John Mateer. Is he fully healthy?
Mm-hmm.
But I think this one's tough.
Yeah,
Give me Oklahoma because it's at home. I love Oklahoma's defense, and I think he's getting healthy enough. And I'm curious to see how are they going to Ole Miss going to respond to the rumors about with Lane
a
leaving.
lot of buzz.
A lot of buzz.
A lot of
They did
buzz.
it. They handled it well
And
last
Lane
week.
Kiffin's not a guy that's gonna
No, he's gonna
shy away from
no, he's
buzz.
gonna tell you how it is. But on top of that though, I think the defense is gonna be good enough to slow Ole Miss
Mm-hmm.
down. And then I don't really like Ole Miss's defense is not as good. And then I'm going Oklahoma though. It's a tough one, but Oklahoma.
Yeah, with it being Oklahoma, it makes it definitely tough. I just that Oklahoma versus that Texas, the Red River rivalry game, that scares me a
See,
little bit.
that does scare me, but I think a
It's
lot
going
of
to
it
come
was.
down
I
to
don't think he
Mateer's
was
health.
truly. I don't think he was healthy.
Mateer, Heisman candidate
He
in
did
his own
look better in
right,
South Carolina last week.
better than our quarterback by
Yeah,
just. I'm jealous. I'm sorry. Even Tommy Chambliss is.
Tommy Chambliss,
I mean, like,
Trinidad.
and we're sitting here with. I can't even get the guy's
Tommy
name right.
Chambliss.
I can't even get the guy's
That's
name right. And
awesome.
he's playing better than.
No disrespect to you, man.
I love you.
Yeah.
You made us realize
This is
how
another
poor our
point. What did
situation
that dude
is.
say earlier? He could take this pin and turn him into a quarterback. That shows you how good of a coach in Lane is. Imagine him in the body.
Chambliss, absolute dog. His name's not Tommy.
Yeah, we get the point.
I
Okay.
think Tommy's cooler than Trinidad, but
Yeah.
we'll go with it. I'm gonna take Ole Miss in this one. I think Lane Kiffin.
How do you
I think
not
I'm
go
just so
against
high
them?
on Lane Kiffin after this
Oh,
last week or
yeah.
so. I want him to do good. I think it'll be a good game.
They win that, they're going to the playoffs.
It being in Oklahoma, and like you said, I think
In midday.
it sets them up really good for the rest of the season if they can win this. I think Kiffin will have his guys ready. I'll take Ole Miss. Next game we'll go Missouri and Vandy.
Give me Vandy,
Yep.
baby. I love Vandy
Same.
right now.
Same.
Pavia, even though they kicked the crap out of us. But
Yep.
at Vandy, game day's going to be in town first time. Maybe, is it ever? I don't know. It may not be ever, but
Long
a
time.
while. And I'm not just saying this because that Vandy truly is a good team, and Missouri is good too.
Hmm.
But it being at Vandy, I love Clark Lee, and I just like the way they play. Vandy.
Yeah, he's got to be the first quarterback to ever from Vandy to ever hit the Heisman pose on LSU. That kind of just puts it into
And the
perspective
Johnny Manziel money thing.
how the season's going for us right now. But yeah, I love how Vandy's playing right now. I love how Diego Pavia, Clark Lee, the coach, he's getting a lot of buzz too. A lot of
Yes,
buzz around that name too.
yes. But I think
That's
he handles it well. He's talking to himself.
yeah.
I think the
It's
players
just
know.
it's an awesome story what's
This
going
is
on in
alma
Vandy.
mater too.
It's awesome what's going on down in Vandy.
Just
Just makes you wonder like how long are we gonna have to suffer? You know,
yeah.
when you got Vandy, whatever. Talks for another time. Last game, Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Hmm.
This rivalry was once amazing, but here lately,
Michigan
Michigan State's
State's
just
kind of
not been it.
falling
They
off the
are going through a
rails.
rebuild. They just hired a new coach from Oregon State. I think it's his second year now, Jonathan Smith. I'm going Michigan. I like Bryce Underwood. This could be a weird one just because it's one of them weird
Hmm.
rivalries where I could
Rivalry
see
games are
you
always
don't really
weird.
know it. I could see maybe an upset, but I don't think Michigan's going to win this one.
Yeah, I think this is a
Don't overthink it, I don't think, but it
sneaky
could be
upset pick
because
here.
rivalries are,
But I'm going to go with Michigan. But don't be
and it's
surprised.
at Michigan State at night.
Don't be surprised. Michigan State
No,
pulls
no,
one
but I'm
out.
still to go Michigan
We'll
just
take
because I don't
Michigan.
trust Michigan State.
And you got Jacob Underwood. Is that his name?
Bryce
Underwood. I
Underwood.
keep getting names wrong. We got Tommy Chambliss and now Jacob Underwood.
We know what you mean.
I think that's a old coach on 2K actually. That's a
That
whatever.
does sound like a coach
I'm
on
pretty sure
2K.
that was one of the old generated coaches on 2K. He was awesome, by the way. But yeah, we'll both take Michigan there. And
I would love
so,
to see that upset though.
oh, that'd be awesome. I wouldn't mind
Maybe we
seeing
could get
Michigan
Michigan
get
State.
beat.
I loved when Michigan State was good.
Hmm.
Really made the playoffs that one year.
Hmm.
We were young. How young old were we? We were That was 2015, so we were second grade, second, third grade.
Not a good ending for them though.
Oh God, but made it. Congrats.
I mean that hey, making it in this,
Yeah.
college football landscape. So normally we would go into final thoughts, but I'm going to be honest, I was very unprepared. I actually had to type up the predictions as we were doing this, and it's pretty late right now on the podcast.
It's been doing a
So
while.
we're going to skip final thoughts for today. Normally we'd have our questions ready, but I wasn't ready. But we're late anyways, so I think it's a good
We got a
excuse
lot of
today.
content. Yeah, we got a lot of content in
Skip it
today.
today. We're going to wrap it up here. I'll let you
Yeah, so
take us
once
home.
again, thank you guys all for y'all support. I said earlier, it means the world to us. We thank y'all if y'all are up, if y'all are at this point. Thank y'all for watching till the end. If not, we just thank y'all for watching in general. We
Means so
hope it
much.
means a lot. We hope that y'all enjoyed the content today. We introduced more NBA, college football. Let us know what y'all want to hear more of. If y'all want to hear less NBA, more college football, more NFL,
Anything.
anything. Let us know.
Not anything, but anything.
Believe me, we will talk anything
Not WNBA
or soccer. We don't know much about soccer and WNBA,
or
but
tennis.
or
Not
tennis
covering tennis.
or ping pong or swim.
A lot of sports. Don't talk. We're
Or
not talking
golf.
about
Don't even
this.
put golf near me. I can't stand golf unless it's putt putt or top golf.
Or
Uh,
lacrosse.
yeah.
We could go on.
Good point. Or football, basketball, baseball. There you go. Not to say, don't know much about the WNBA, but let us know. We'd be glad just fill y'all's needs. And this was a fun. Yeah. Anyway,
Very excited.
very excited, and we just can't thank y'all enough. And we look forward another great weekend of sports. Please, if you have plans, cancel them. Sit on your couch, watch college football Saturday, then Sunday. If you're not busy, Friday night, MLB for Game One, World Series.
A lot of NBA games
Just
on
don't come
too.
around October. This is a special month. Take advantage of it. And if you're a college basketball fan, number one Purdue comes to my in a scrimmage, goes to my dear beloved Wildcats in a scrimmage. I know it's a scrimmage, but I don't care.
It's
It
just
means it means it's
exciting to
bad.
be back.
It means it's bad. So that's Friday. So tons of week. We hope y'all have a fantastic sports weekend.
And one thing, I just like I said earlier, if you made it this far, or if you even decide to show us any bit of support, it's greatly appreciated. I want to encourage
Absolutely.
everyone go check out our social media pages. I want to get more content going on the TikTok and the YouTube Shorts. A lot of and the X. Make sure you go follow the X. We post pretty much during the week and
During the
stuff,
games and
random
stuff.
points during the week. So yeah, I think you should go follow us on there. I think we slacked this week, but I promise you we're going to get it back going. I'm going to try to get some more TikToks that aren't just clips from the show. But yeah, I encourage you all go check us out on the social media pages. And if you made it this far, appreciate it so much. Like I said, any of these things we talk about, feel free to let us know down in the comments, down in the comments of whatever app you're on, whatever you're seeing this on. So go check it out. Go let us know what you think, what you want to cover, what you want us to cover. Same thing we say every week. We appreciate all of you. I can't state how thankful I am that we get to have the opportunity to do this. It's exciting, and yeah, I mean, look, it's awesome just being able to talk about sports. Sports is it's just awesome. I love sports. I'm glad this is the best time of the year for sports, and yeah, I mean, hope you guys are ready to talk about it with us over this next few months.
Yep. So with that being said, we hope you all have a great weekend. Be safe, and thank you all again. Peace out.